Drafting with Numot.
Hello friends, another draft of Theros Beyond Death upon us. And I think this time I'm going to do something a little bit different, something I would not recommend necessarily, but I'm testing for the PT. Players Tour Phoenix is coming up. And, well, I think white might actually be the best color in draft. So I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to force mono white. I've had really good success with it in general, just because white is normally super, super open. And not just mono white. It could be white splashing red, white splashing blue, white splashing black even. So I don't mind taking the Kunoros here. Archon of Falling Stars is a little bit too expensive. The specific deck I'm talking about is like a 13, 14, maybe 15 land deck. Super aggressive, super low to the ground. So I'm going to try taking the Hero of the Pride here. And yeah, perfect. Daxos, Blessed by the Sun, is great. We are sending some interesting signals down, though. Right, I just passed a Kunoros, and now I'm passing a Timuret and a Mire Triton. So hopefully I can push the person to my left in black, and then get rewarded with white by cutting all of the other good white cards, even though I did pass the Kunoros. But the strategy of this deck is to draft a bunch of cheap aggressive creatures. Normally they matter about enchantments, or they care about being targeted, so you really want to pick up things like Sentinel's Eye very highly, and I think Sentinel's Eye as a card is just something that I undervalued initially, and you should probably take very, very highly. All right, third pick here, we do have a bit of an option. So Pious Wayfarer is the premium 1-drop in this deck, but I think that usually has a chance to wheel, and Entrancing Lyre is just too good of a card to pass up. Other cards here are like Setessan Training and Starlit Mantle, but let's take the Lyre here. And there's our very first Sentinel's Eyes, perfect. As far as Heliod's Punishment is concerned, I think it's a really bad removal spell, pretty slow, and like I mentioned, we just want as many eyes as we can get. Okay, next pick here. Looks like we have a Heliod's Pilgrim. And not too much else. Pilgrim's great in this particular deck because there are just so many auras that you can go get. The Sentinel's Eyes, we already have one of those, but you can get like Dreadful Apathies, Indomitable Will, Commanding Presence. And those are just in white. In different colors you can get good ones as well. If you can pick up a Staggering Insight for blue, Aspect or Irosa's Blessing for red, etc., etc. So let's take the Pilgrim here. And this is where we start to consider taking a different color. I think I'm just going to continue cutting the white because you do want 2-drops, but both Aspect of Manticore and Starlit Mantle are pretty good choices. I only like really running the Starlit Mantle if I'm going to be playing Staggering Insight. Otherwise, you can just pick up Karametra's Blessing, which effectively does the same thing and is white still. This is looking good so far. It helps that white is normally the most underdrafted color, from what I found. And so I don't think it's crazy to try to force this archetype. I think the ideal number of Sentinel's Eyes that you want to pick up is minimum 2, but 3 is like a good number. You want to pick up like 2 Pious Wayfarers, some number of heroes, and some number of Karametra's Blessings, and then you have even the Transcendent Envoy. The 1/2 flyer is actually pretty good in this deck. Oh, the Chimeras. You're looking for the white Chimera, the Devotion one, the 3/3 flyer. That's also just very, very good in this deck. Premium common for the strategy. Come on. Where's our pack? Still have picks 7 and 8 to go. So hopefully we can get one more good card in the next pick before we get the wheels. All right, Flicker of Fate, not bad, but we're easily just going to take the Sentinel's Eyes number 2. That's perfect. Flicker is going to be okay in this deck, but unlike the more control-y decks, I don't think it's as good. Easy Eyes. Some random filler cards here. If anything, The Courser is probably going to be the most playable out of this. It holds the enchantments the best, and it's 2 pips towards the Daybreak Chimera, the 3/3 flyer. So easy pickup, and a very good first 8 picks for us for this strategy. We'll have to see what was missing out of our initial pack. Remember the one that we passed to Kunoros in, and the Archon. But I've cut off white pretty hard after that, so I'm hoping that white is just open. We'll take the Rapid Flames here. This card can be surprisingly good in this style of deck, right? If you pick up enough hero effects, you can not only buff up your team, but then make a number of creatures from your opponent unable to block. Not going to take any of these cards. We'll take the Wings of Hubris, though. I've actually had that be good in this style of deck as well. Perfect. We did wheel the Pious Wayfarer, and that's exactly where we wanted to be. So now we're really well set up to be a mono white deck, although I will absolutely splash some number of other auras / creatures. You're looking for like Hero of the Nyxborn or whatever. That's the red-white hero. You can also pick up the Siona. That's the green-white Aura Matters creature. And then in black, we could get something like, I don't know, Myers Grasp and something else. Just good auras to tutor up Mogus's favor, if need be. But very good first pack for this strategy. And yeah, let's continue on. All right, next pack here. Some pretty good cards. Honestly, Arasta is not a bomb or anything. It's just like a solid stat creature. Double green also, so we're not going to take it. Eidolon of Obstruction is whatever. 2 mana, 2/1 first strike is not exactly what this deck is looking for. So we're looking at the Alseid of Life's Bounty, the Dreadful Apathy, and like the Warbriar Blessing. Also a Fateful End in the pack, but I think we'll just probably take one of these white cards for now. And it's always nice to have access to 1 Apathy, especially when I have a Pilgrim already. So now we have, 2 Sentinel's Eyes and a Dreadful Apathy that we can go tutor with the Pilgrim, but definitely could see taking Alseid here. It's honestly pretty close. Because if you think about it, the Alseid also protects any of our other creatures that we kind of go all in on, but this is probably just a generally safe pick. As we do get a Daybreak Chimera finally, perfect. We're hoping to get, 3 of these, 4 of these. I would play that many if we can get them. Not too much else here in the pack. Probably not going to wheel anything unless Setessan Training comes back. But we're not even locked into a second color anyway, so let's just take the Daybreak Chimera. And, ooh, this is just a bad pack in general. Like some individually good cards in 2 colors, but this is not what we are looking for. I'll take the Triumphant Surge. I'm probably not going to main it. It's either that or like Brine Giant, but we'll take the Surge for board. Oftentimes you can cast the Chimera on turn 3. If you have like Pious Wayfarer into any 2-drop, it works like that. Okay, let's take another Pious Wayfarer here. I'm not a huge fan of Indomitable Will. I think the Sentinel's Eyes are much better. And since we already have 2 of them, I don't need to really prioritize the Indomitable Will. So let's just take the 1-drop. Easy peasy. And yeah, looking good. Okay, Temple of Plenty here, Starlit Mantle. We can probably take the Mantle here if we really wanted to, but there's definitely nothing wrong with just taking an on-color Scry land, even if you're not going to end up running the other color. This one's close. I do like having Starlit Mantle, and if I find something like a Staggering Insight later on, then I'm going to want to have that Mantle, but I'm okay taking the Temple. We'll for sure play it. Okay, another fine pack here. Normally I don't really care for Hero of the Winds, but this is the deck that wants it. Flicker of Fate also in the pack, as well as that Starlit Mantle we were talking about, but I'll stay white for now. Take the hero. Nice, another Pious Wayfarer. Could easily take the Heliod's Pilgrim number 2, but I'd rather keep my curve low. And so I think Pious fits perfectly there. Oh, is this wheeled? No, this is 8th pick Alseid of Life's Bounty. Nice. That's really good for us. Did not wheel the other one, though, but we will take Stern Dismissal, as I think some of those Starlit Mantles can probably come back around. So playing blue is not out of the question. This pack 2 was definitely not as good as our first pack, but we do have a nice core so far. Yeah, I mean, I'm still pleased with where we're at, and we're not going to need to pick up too many more playables in pack 3 to make this work. Okay, none of these cards are good here. I'm never running any of these cards. Like maybe Gift of Strength if I end up in green, but odds are not. Same with all of those. Unlikely to play. Okay, so did not wheel any of the Starlit Mantles. Or at least it doesn't appear so. But this is fine. Okay, last few picks here. Another Stern Dismissal, Chain to Memory. Nothing impressive. Oh, there's one Mantle. Okay. So, a potential play. And let's move to pack number 3. I like every single one of these cards right now that I already have in the deck, but could use a few more beefies. Pack 3, we have a Favored of Iroas, a Sentinel's Eyes, and then some other cards in other colors. I'm not planning on running many lands in this deck, but if I do end up mono white, Labyrinth could be a play. But I think here we just want to take the Favored of Iroas or Sentinel's Eyes. Both are quite good. I think I'm actually going to take the third Sentinel's Eyes here, though, over the Favored of Iroas, which I know sounds crazy, but I think this is actually one of the best white commons in this style of decks, especially. Okay, Dawn Evangel's not too bad in this deck. There's also a Karametra's Blessing. Let's take the Dawn Evangel, though. We have 3 of our eyes right now, so this is definitely a solid play. Hero of the Pride number 2 is great. I think we already have enough Pious Wayfarers, and we could definitely wheel that other one anyways. Birth of Meletus, no. Flicker of Fate, no. Karametra's Blessing, yes. Easy pickup. You just want a few ways to protect your creatures, and Karametra's Blessing, basically just the best 1-mana trick you're going to find. So what else are we looking for right now? A few more good ways to target my creatures wouldn't be bad. Right now we have like Aspect, Wrap in Flames that we could be playing. Maybe even Escape Velocity on Splash. Otherwise we have like Starlit Mantle, Brine Giant. Another Daybreak Chimera would be very good. As it stands, I might splash for the red cards, like Aspect and Wrap. What do we have here? We have a Rise to Glory, which is okay. Or just take another 2-drop seems fine. We'll take the Leonin of the Lost Pride. Easy. So 3 Pious, 3 Sentinel, 2 Hero. Ooh, there's another Daybreak Chimera. Excellent. Again, second Helad's Pilgrim would not be bad, but this is just one of the best commons for this deck, so a fine pickup for sure. Wow, wow, wow. Really solid pack here for us. In fact, almost all of these cards are just cards that we would want to take. Holy moly. With 3 Pious Wayfarers, the Omen of the Sun is actually just kind of a nice little combat trick. But I might actually just be able to pull off mono white here. God, I'm not sure what's most important. I kind of want to take one of the 1 mana spells, be it the Blessing or the Eyes. I think I'm going to go with Sentinel's Eyes number 4. That's crazy. Really good pack for us. And the Sunmane Pegasus is okay. It holds equipment very, very well. Rather, auras very, very well. But I'd rather have something cheaper. We'll pass another Starlit Mantle here. And we wield the Favorite of Iroas. Okay, well, we're definitely going to play that. Great Wheel. So I'm thinking about running... yeah, 15 lands. Another Wrap in Flames. I guess the worst card here would be like the Nyxborn Courser. The double Wrap in Flames is actually kind of tempting too. I have 2 Hero of the Pride and 1 Hero of the Winds, which are really good with it. Well, maybe we can just wheel one of the Blessings, and then I would go 15 lands like this. Oh, or the Pious Wayfarer number 4. That actually might make the deck like that then. Yeah. Alright, I think we can just go 15 land mono white. God, Flicker of Fate too. Can I run that? I might actually be able to run the Flicker of Fate. That's a pretty good combat trick as well with 4 Pious Wayfarers. I think that's doable. I think I can cut like the Sunmane Pegasus and run the Flicker of Fate. Because it also is another way to target the heroes. Look at that curve. Alright, again, this was kind of a forced test draft. Because I think white is just one of the best strategies that you can do in draft. So let's try it like this. I'll run the Temple of Plenty and 14 plains. So 15 lands total. And yeah, let's take it to the leaderboards, shall we? See you for round 1. Okay, here we are for round 1 of this Theros draft with our mono white deck. On the draw with a pretty nice hand. Now, admittedly, this Temple of Plenty is actually a little bit awkward as I don't get to curve 1, 2, 3 now because of it. But still feels like it's the correct card to play. Now that I've drawn the second plains, I actually think it's okay to run out turn 1 Pious, turn 2 Hero. This gives us the ability to potentially go turn 1 Pious, turn 2 Hero, turn 3 Chimera if we draw another untapped land, which unfortunately we did not. So let's go to combat for 1 here. And I think instead of the untapped land Hero, we'd rather just play out the Temple of Plenty. Do not need that. We're looking for one of our 4 Sentinel's Eyes right now. Opponent on red-green, which is usually the big fat deck. Red-green cares about the 4 power creatures. So they could play like a Stampede Rider here or something. A Nexus Warden. That's kind of annoying. Alright, if that's the case, we can go ahead and play out the Favorite of Iroas here. Because it can attack with double strike into the Nexus Warden. And there's a Warden of the Chain. That's okay. Entrancing Liar, the draw for us. So I actually have a few different plays here now that I could make. I think we're going to go with Hero into the Chimera and just develop out our flyer to start. Because next turn I can go like Entrancing Liar and tap down the Nexus Warden to start bashing it in the air. Opponent's missing double green right now, which might be taking them off of something like Voracious Typhon, but oh, they had Iroas's Blessing. That's too bad. Very, very unfortunate for us, but we did draw a Dreadful Apathy. Okay. Well, we still can't attack into any of that, so I guess the Entrancing Lyre is probably just the best play. There's their double green. Expecting to see a 4-drop here. Oh, we did not, though. Stampede Rider and a Caryatid, 1 card left in hand. Might as well tap that down, end of turn. We do have the Dreadful Apathy with the Flicker of Fate now, so we can kind of combo if we want to. Yeah, we probably just want to get that online. I think we're going to put it on the Nexus Wardens. No attacks, because I don't want to trade with either of those. And then we can tap down their Stampede Rider before it attacks. Next turn we can do the Flicker plus Dreadful Apathy combo. See if they play anything scary here. Fight, man. Alright, well there goes our favorite of Iroas, but the opponent hasn't put any pressure on us yet, so this is not that bad. And I guess I'm going to go ahead and just eat the Warden, so let's hold priority. Use the Dreadful Apathy ability. With that ability on the stack, we can flicker our Dreadful Apathy. And move it over to the Warden. Oh, man, they had a final flare in their hand to blow me out, too? Wow. So, opponent just had it all, apparently. I was a little bit greedy of them to not just final flare before I could exile, but I guess they had the open mana to use it in response anyways. Okay, then. We got ourselves a game. I might aggro tap the Warden now, depending on what the opponent does this turn. Looks like I have a 6/7. No. Ferris Band Brawler. Jeez. No good. Oh, and now they can attack too. Yikes. So we draw another Pious Wayfarer. I mean, this did not go how we wanted it to go. The opponent just had too much good removal that blew me out. Also, I haven't drawn any of my Sentinel's Eyes, which I think is one of the most important cards to draw in this style of deck. Two mana Chimera is not awful. Alright, we're going to have to play a little bit defensive now. Let's tap the Trampler. 2 cards in their hand. I think we need to kill the 4 power creature here. So let's block like this and take 3. They can just get back their Underworld Rage Hound though. And if they have a trick, well, we'll just concede. Nessian Boar! Oh my. Well, finally found a Sentinel's Eyes, but it's a little bit too late. We're definitely going to still play it on one of our creatures, though, because of the Dawn Evangel. We can get a little bit of value that way. Oh, man. Can't catch a break here. Opponent just with everything. All right. So, still not technically dead. Tap down the Warden. Chump here. Get back a 1 power creature. Take 4, perhaps. Yeah, I mean, not technically dead, but still very dead. We can go ahead and just scoop this up and go to the next game. Looks like Triumphant Surge probably wants to come in versus this particular opponent. Their creatures are bigger than mine, but I should be able to do okay still. I think I'm going to take out one of the Leonins. Seems like their draw lined up very, very well versus me. So let's go on the play this time. This hand's fine. Nice little curve out here. Hopefully we can draw a land for turn 3 Chimera. So we get in for 1. Leon in turn 2. They played a Rage Hound, that's fine. Did find the land, excellent. So I could play the Sentinel's Eyes into the Chimera, or I could just play the Chimera by itself and pass. We're more than happy to let them try to race me with the Rage Hound. So go ahead and just take the 3 here, no blocks. And they have a 2/3 to follow up, no big deal. That's great for us. Now we can start enacting our game plan. We can play the Pious Wayfarer. We can play the Sentinel's Eyes on the Chimera. Pump up the Chimera. And attack for 8. Leaving up Alseid to give protection. We don't care if that trades. We want to keep our Chimera protected, so at this point, I'm probably not going to tap out. Yep, I'll take 3. And it looks like they're just getting mana screwed anyways, so no big deal here. Pre-combat, give it to our lifelinker. Attack for 7. And that should be all she wrote. Even with that land, it doesn't really matter. They need to have like back-to-back removal spells for the Chimera, since we can give protection versus one of them. All right. And on to the third game. I'm only thinking that the Liar might be a little bit too slow versus them, but we probably should keep it anyways. Seems like another Flyer could be good too, but let's run it back. Let's go to game 3. Let's hope we can do some nice curving out again. I mean, we have so many 1-drops and so many 2-drops. Like, yeah, look at this hand. Beautiful. Turn 1 Pious, turn 2 Hero all day. Some number of enchantments as well, even a removal spell among them. Ooh, double Sentinel's Eyes. We're going to go off with that next turn. We want to wait until post-Hero, because then we can get a bunch of pump. As they play a 4/4, that's whatever. Heck, I kind of even want to go for the Wings of Hubris this turn, but I think getting the enchantments online are good. So we can make our Hero of the Pride bigger and still attack with the Pious Wayfarer by giving it 1 pump. This is an attack for 11 on turn 3. Alright, they are going to trade with the Pious. So our 1-drop 1/2 traded with their 4/4. And they play a Nexus Warden, sure. Question is, do I even want to play anything anymore? Because I am a little bit worried of them potentially having Iroas's Blessing, so I think we're just going to attack for 4 and pass. I'm not in a rush. Yep, and they did have the Blessing, so now we're going to flicker their creature in response. Their Blessing fizzles, and I get to attack for 4. Nice, another Sentinel's Eyes. Okay. So it actually doesn't do anything to make it a 5/5 unless they have specifically another. Another Iroas's Blessing, but this just seems too good to pass up. If they don't block, then we can Wings of Hubris, make it unblockable next turn. Because this will still die to a Final Flare if they have it. Funny, the thing is, if they kill the hero with Final Flare, then Daxos immediately turns from a 2/6 into a 2/2. That's not Final Flare, but I'm guessing they have it. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to play around Final Flare here. And just attack for 5. Omen of the Forge. Oh, just to gain a bunch of life, I guess? Sure. So that means they don't have to chump. All right, I got it. That makes sense. So we're still going to sandbag the Wings of Hubris. One card left in their hand. And now I can actually Wings of Hubris the Daxos. Because with 7 toughness, they can't Final Flare it. They could have another Omen to flash in and gain 4 life, but this seems like the play. Oh, they had a Return to Nature. Okay. That's fair. And they're sacking the Omen to Scry. So they are going to have to chump here with one of their Nexus Wardens then. In which case I can just attack with both creatures next turn. They put 2 top. All right. That's kind of terrifying. Gain 3 and make a 5/3. That's not going to be good enough. So now we can just Apathy, and that's going to be the game. GG. All right, nice little draw there from that deck. Let's see if we can do that for 2 more rounds. Here for y'all for round 2 of this Theros draft with our forced mono white deck. And another pretty good looking hand here. Got an opening Pious, got a Sentinel's Eyes, got a Heliod's Pilgrim to go tutor for either another Eyes or a Apathy. Surprisingly, the card that I'm missing from this deck is that Transcendent Envoy, the 1/2 flyer. Like, it's an enchantment, so it triggers a lot of your things. It's also just a random flyer. Question is, do I want to go in on Pious Wayfarer? And I think the answer is yes. Let's just start pushing the damage immediately. Like next turn I can play the Wings of Hubris on it to get it around any ground creature that they might have. Oh, that was a great draw. Is there any reason I would do that pre-combat? Don't think so. Don't think there's anything that can flash in that would stop this, and this is an enchantment to trigger, so. Nice curve here. Next turn we can go Pilgrim, go get another Sentinel's Eyes. Another red-green deck. Looks like the opponent's heavily missing red, though. Yeah, this game's going to be over pretty quickly if they don't find something. Oh, they even have to discard. Aspect of the Manticore. All right. Take 7. What do you got? 4 mana, Nylia's Huntmaster. We can put them to 1. No, we can put them to 2. Does that kill them? Yes, that kills them. No, that does. Yes. Wait. Does it? If I flicker my Heliod's Pilgrim, go get another. No, I'm going to be 1 mana short. If I flicker this, no, that doesn't work. Wings here. So it's close, but I don't think I have lethal. Yeah, I can put them to 1. I'm pretty sure. Hopefully I didn't just miss lethal somehow, but... Alright. Didn't matter anyways. Looks like another deck where we want to bring in the Surge. What am I cutting? Why do I always feel like the Liar is a cut in this deck? It's so good, but I don't run many lands. I must be crazy. I'm cutting the Entrancing Liar. Let's go to game 2. All right, how does our hand look? It's got the Sentinel's Eyes, but it doesn't have a 1-drop. This is really close to a mulligan, but I think because we do have one of the eyes and a curve starting on turn 2, we'll go ahead and keep it. Turn 1 Moss Viper. We might just have to trade away with that, which is fine. Like, trading with the Leonin's not terrible when we have Dawn Evangel to just rebuy it immediately anyways. Like, trade here, then Dawn Evangel with Sentinel's Eyes means we can rebuy it later on. That's kind of scary. Now if they cast something in my turn that is going to die, so I think I'm going to offer the trade. Okay, that means they don't have anything to do on my turn, which is a good sign for us. Impending Doom. Oh, they're going aggro. Let's draw a land for Triumphant Surge. Would be amazing. Not find a land, but I guess that go ahead and finds us a Dreadful Apathy if nothing else. We'll go ahead and chump the Pilgrim to the Manticore. Gain our 7 life. Ooh, a Klothys. Yikes. That is also a really, really good card. I think I'm just going to go for the Surge then. Upkeep Surge their Manticore. It'll gain me some life as well as dealing them 3 damage. This card is just so powerful though. Like currently it is a gain 8 and then I lose, no, gain 10, lose 10, so I'm going to have to kill them really fast. Okay, Relentless Pursuit. They hit a 4-3 in a land. They might not be able to play the 4-3 this turn. If they just pass, we have a shot. Okay, land pass is good. Now we can... I mean, I guess we attack for 2 here. And then play out hero plus wings. I have to try to race Klothys, though, which is not easy. Like they're killing my Dawn Evangel. Okay, there's their Huntmaster we knew about. Hero of the Games is fine. Temple. Okay, Flicker's great. We'll keep that. That means we can go for an Apathy this turn. And let's put Sentinel's Eyes on our Evangel. Attack for 5. So we almost want them to turn Klothys into a creature so that I'd be able to exile it, but that's not going to be possible here. Oh, and they have a Labyrinth now? Oh, no. They're just going to burn me out with Klothys. Wait, what? They're attacking? That means they have a trick of some sort. I have to block. Otherwise, I'm just going to die to Klothys in 2 turns if they do have a trick. Yeah, they did. Okay. And they have Labyrinth active. I don't know if we can beat that. Best bet here is to activate the Apathy, do the Flicker, move it onto the Hero of the Games, exile their Huntmaster, and that way I can use my Sentinel's Eyes this turn. Exile my graveyard in the process so they can't just eat it. I don't actually get to hit them for any damage here, though. If they didn't have the Labyrinth, I might have been able to race, but odds are this is not going to work out for us. Klothys is just amazing. Really hoses my all-in game plan. We don't have any sideboard versus that either. Like, I guess maybe I should just bring in the Sunmane Pegasus for potential life gain. I guess I have 1 with the stars. I could bring in blue as a way to turn on... Wait, no, that doesn't even work, does it? It doesn't... 1 with the stars doesn't stop abilities. No, that doesn't work. All right, I'm dead in 4 turns now. I guess I should be attacking just to make them use 4 mana. Oh, Klothys is so absurd. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Nope, we'll just scoop. There's no way we can race it. They have 3 more cards in their graveyard, so they can just gain 6 life and deal 6 damage to me over the course of the next 3 turns, and there's no way to race. Okay, that is going to be a hard card to beat. It was actually beatable until they played the Labyrinth, I guess. So, as long as they just don't have Labyrinth and Klothys, we can probably win. Let's go to game 3. All right, here we are, game 3 of the second round. Let's try to get a good curve here and beat a Klothys in the process. So there are a lot of 1-landers that you can keep with this deck, but I have no Sentinel's Eyes. We just have 2 1-drops, so this is not a keep. We'll go to 6. pretty decent 6 overall. We're going to keep this and pitch the Temple. That way I can go turn 1 Alseid, turn 2 Hero, turn 3 Sentinel's Eyes, and hope that the aggro just gets them. Oh, do you have your little snake? You do. Alright, offer the trade. We really need our hero to survive. If they have an Omen, we're going to be in a rough spot. Gotta go for it, though. Okay, nice. No Omen. We can double pump. Attack for 6, and then next turn we can play the Chimera with just 2 mana. Opponent playing Oriad in passing. It looks like they're missing lands as well. My deck thrives off of very few lands, fortunately. Okay, land number 3. Maybe they just played their 4-2, 4-1, sure. Pilgrim's a great draw. Let's attack for 3 in the air, put them to 7. And then I can either go get my other Sentinel's Eyes, one of my other Sentinel's Eyes, or the Apathy. I think we're going to go with the Sentinel's Eyes for the pressure, though. Because we already have Surge, so one more land lets us just kill any of their fattest creatures. There's their Manticore, okay. Dawn Evangel now. Yep, let's put the eyes on our Daybreak Chimera. And now we can attack with both. We want to get the hero in the graveyard now. We want them to trade with one of their 4-power creatures. Because now I can put another Sentinel's Eyes on the Chimera, which means it doesn't die to Iroas's Blessing. They would have to have the 5 damage burn spell. Oh, they're going to Aspect of the Manticore into fight. I see. Warbriar's Blessing is my guess. Yep. Good play. So that still will be a good trade, though, because all of the Sentinel's Eyes in the graveyard will still be fine. Now we want to draw another land, I guess. Because now I can go Evangel and put one set of eyes on it. Now if they just play another fat creature, we can Surge it, attack with both. They'll have to chump Oriad to the Dawn Evangel. This actually became a close game, I think. Is this just their escape? Looks like it. Yep. Three cards left in their hand. Let's push the pressure. Put them to 2. That's what we have to do in this deck. They don't need much to survive here, obviously. Even that does it. Just a blocker. Hero of the Pride. All right, let's go to attacks. They might have something here. Return to nature the Sentinel's Eyes. Okay, well this still is a trade. They didn't kill my Dawn Evangel for some reason. So they definitely messed up. And now we can just pass. I don't even need to escape this turn. I think they got too cute. I think they were worried that I could bring back a creature, but I actually can't. Right? The Dawn Evangel only brings creatures with 2 or less. There's a Labyrinth, but that's not going to do it by itself. They're only going to have 1 mana left over. Woof! Got him. I think we got a little bit lucky there. Our opponent might have misplayed. Otherwise, that was going to be a close game. All right, so 2-0. Let's see if mono white aggro can get there. the third and final round with our forced mono white deck. No one drops in hand besides one Sentinel's Eye, so we're going to have to mulligan this one. And this looks slightly better, though still not amazing. We're going to keep this and pitch one of the Leonins. I think the Wings of Hubris in this hand will be nice. Opponent also on mono white over there. I approve. I wholeheartedly approve. Gonna go ahead and accept a trade if they offer. We both exile each other's creatures. Oh, then they just go land pass. Nice. So we'll play the hero here. We'll play the temple, scry. Hopefully find something relevant. Nope. Land to the bottom. And then next turn we can play our Chimera. I wasn't going to be able to play Chimera this turn anyways, so I think trading off is good. Wow. We are flooding out heavily. I'm going to need to kill them quick as Flood normally beats... Or sorry, Screw normally beats Flood in a prolonged game, so... Looks like they missed another land, and we are hitting some spells at least now. They discarded a Warbriar's Blessing. Looks like they're going to be green-white, so the green-white version of our deck. But if they brick for one more turn, that will probably be game over. Okay, there's the forest. I need to find a little bit more action then before all of their dreadful apathies and stuff come down. Okay. Let's just attack for 5 in the air, play another hero. I could also have moved the Wings over to the Pious Wayfarer and offer the trade. My hero for their 2 soldiers, but I think we want to keep our creatures around for now. Two, 4. That ain't gonna do it. Still gonna hit him for 5 in the air here. More if we had found an enchantment. Yeah, we actually flooded out quite a bit, but the opponent stumbled on mana for a few turns, and if they don't do anything here, they're just dead. All right. Whoa. Lucky for us, they didn't have anything because I was drawing a bunch of lands there. This is a matchup where I could actually consider bringing in red for Rapid Flames. They showed us a decent number of 1 toughness creatures and whatnot. So like these Leonin of Lost Pride aren't as useful here in this particular matchup. I think we can probably make that. Cut 2 Leonins, bring in 2 Rapid Flames. Maybe bring in 4 Mountains. Try it like that. 15 lands might be a little bit sketchy now. I could probably go up to 16, but I think I like trying it like this. They went up to 42 cards. Okay. They know something I don't. God, I'm going to have, like, a perfect hand, but it's going to have 2 mountains in it. Oh my god. Why did I say anything? Why did I say anything? Obviously, I can't keep that. 1 plains and it would have been amazing. This I can keep. You might think it's greedy, but I'm actually going to pitch the Dreadful Apathy. The best defense, as they say, is a good offense. Or maybe it's the other way around. But, in any case, I'm going to roll with it. Nice. Good draw there. We can go turn 2 hero, turn 3 favored, turn 4 Sentinel's Eyes plus Chimera, perhaps, if I draw another white source in that time. Okay, lean in from the opponent. Oh, and they're missing draw or lands again. So we'll just play the favored and pass. No need to trade. I wonder if they added more lands when they went to 42 cards, or if they just threw in 2 extra spells and hoped it was good enough. Because that might be on them then, right? Like, they ran 17 lands, but put in 25 spells. And so now they're just missing their 3rd land drop. Whereas me over here, with my 15 land deck, casually curving out perfectly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Land drops anyways. Yeah, we're going to have another pretty quick game here if the opponent just stumbles anymore. Oh, there it is. Land number 3. So you're saying there's a chance. All right. I approve. And what can we do now? What can we do? Well, I think what we're doing here is first leading on Sentinel's Eyes, and we're going to put it on our favorite of Iroas. And then we're going to attack with a 3/3 double striker. There's no configuration that they can block that my favorite dies. So they're just going to take 6. And then we're going to post-combat play a Daybreak Chimera for 2 mana. I'm not holding up protection this turn, but I don't want to play the Alseid this turn anyways, as once I play the Alseid next turn, it will be another enchantment to trigger the favorite of Iroas again. And now we even drew a Pious Wayfarer, so we can play the Pious Wayfarer first, then we play the Alseid. It's going to trigger the Pious, it's going to trigger the favored. We're going to give the 1/1 counter to our Daybreak Chimera, so it can attack into their Daybreak Chimera. And now we'll attack for 7. Okay, it looks like they're just going to chump block. Take 4. There's their forest. Honestly, we want to just draw Rapid Flames and kill them. That would be ideal. That's not a Rapid Flames. We'll draw the Temple, play the Temple, Scry Mountain to the bottom. And I'm just going to attack for 3 in the air and offer the trade. Plummet. So I could give my Chimera pro green here, and then they could just trade. Or I could just let this happen and play Hero second main phase. I think because it would just trade with their Chimera anyways, I'm going to let it happen. And yeah, we're just drawing, hopefully drawing our Rapid Flames to win the game. I mean, another Sentinel's Blessing, or rather Sentinel's Eyes would also be very, very good. Plenty of good draws that I'll win. Not that one. Also, just draw and pass. Ooh, another Chimera. Okay, they are stabilizing quite nicely. And a Dawn Evangel now. They are definitely stabilizing. Blessing's very good. Blessing is certainly very good. Could almost kill them. The funny thing is, I can't give my favorite Iroas pro white and then do all that pumpy nonsense because, well, pro white would knock off the Sentinel's Eyes and whatnot. Oh, also, I guess they have a Thundering Chariot anyways. Ooh, and they're starting attacking. Nice. Okay. So I'm still going to save the Blessing for now. Another land is not good. I mean, I guess I would definitely call this a flood, right? 17 lands. Alright, this time I will protect this hero. They're getting aggro with the chariot too, huh? Don't think I want to use the blessing quite yet. Wait one more turn. Pilgrim's not bad. I think I'm going to go get Sentinel's Eyes, be aggressive. And now we can almost kill them. So pump the hero here. And attack, attack, attack. Four, five, six, seven. So let's see. If I pump up the hero, I would eat both of their creatures here. I guess we're going to do that. Sacrifice their Omen, Scry 2, that's fine. One top, one bottom, alright. Okay, that was kind of a nice board clear. Ooh, that's a lot of 1/1s. That is a lot of 1/1s. And they're going to still keep attacking me. All right. Man. Well, I do get to attack them for 2 still. I don't think I'm quite dead, but I'm close to dead. They've gained 4 life off of Omens now, too. It's close. But I think they probably win next turn. Rapid Flame's not even going to do anything anymore with all those 1/1s. Yikes. I mean, I could be attacking with the Favored. They eat it with the Chariot, and then I could get the Sentinel's Eyes from the graveyard, but we're just dead on board now. See, I want to draw that many lands. I want to draw 5 lands and stop. Ooh, they're still just attacking with their flyers. Is there something I can draw? They might have given me a chance. Gosh, really? Alright, well, good game. That was nasty. Nasty, nasty. Wonder if I should also be playing this aspect of Manticore then. Seems like it might be better than the Wings of Hubris. Alright, deck, come on. Game 3 of the finals. Play first. Yeah, we're going to keep this hand. Double Sentinel's Eyes is pretty good. Probably too hard to pass up. Could go all in on my Alseid if we wanted to. Also have Liar. Yeah, turn 1 Alseid, turn 2 Double Sentinel's Eyes, maybe. It's a lot of life very early, if nothing else. I think I'm doing it. Three Vigilance Lifelink, turn 2. Let's go. 3-1. Oh no. Ooh. Flicker's kind of interesting. Don't want to trade yet. Okay, they're just going to offer the trade themselves. That's fine. Maybe they eat the Alseid instead of one of my eyes. Darn. Alright, gonna need to draw another creature. Oh, please not like this. Pilgrim's good. Gets my eyes or apathy. Apathy's probably going to be the take since I already have Flicker in my hand. That's going to be pretty annoying versus me too, isn't it? Just draw them a bunch of cards, or rather gain them a bunch of life. Could also just Flicker the Pilgrim if I really wanted to. Yeah, gain 4. It starts. Mr. Pious. I don't think I love using Apathy on Nexus Wardens. I think we can probably wait. It's going to gain them a lot of life, but that's the creature that we're saving it for. Let's pump up our Pilgrim. Attack for 2. Start the beats. Nyx Herald, okay. Gain another 2. Keep the 1/4 tap down still. Another Pious from us. Flicker is actually a really good combat trick now with the double Pious. Let them do their scrying. Yeah, there's merit to not even using it on the Apathy. I think we can just sit back and see if they just do something better. Like if they play another Chimera, yeah, then we'll use it. Ooh, we can get him here pretty good. All right, so let's activate the Dread, or not the Dread, the Apathy. Flicker it in response to the trigger. If they have Plummet in hand, they might plummet their own Chimera in response to not lose their other Chimera. Could definitely see that being a play. But the nice thing is, by doing all of these, we're going to... Yeah, they are going to plummet. We're losing, or we're getting a bunch of cards in our graveyard so that I can Sentinel's Eyes afterwards. So we'll untap. More land. Eat our Alseid Flicker. Put it on our Pious. And we can pump. Pump. So all of our creatures have 2 power and 3 toughness. Tap down their flyer. Attack for 6. Moss Viper, sure. Yeah, let's just draw. Oh boy. Man, oh man. I'm going to be really sad when we lose this draft. Good draws, though. Good draws. So we'll take 5. They get another fly, or they get another token here. I guess I need to untap now. All right. Hero of the Winds was a fine draw. It can block that Chimera if nothing else. I just want to see if they trade with the Snake, because they could just block with a 1/4 to bounce. But we want to get the Sentinel's Eyes in the graveyard, so them blocking like this is actually really good for us. Though it doesn't do anything since they do have the Nexus Warderns, so. There aren't that many lands left in the deck. Five left? 4 left? Okay, sure, this is reasonable. I mean, another Sentinel's Eyes and our flyer can start doing some nonsense. Looks like they might activate their Chariot and attack with both the Chimera and the Chariot. They could start doing that. Oh, they're going to even get more aggro than that. Okay. So we can block here, trade here, eat here. Or actually, it's better to double block the Pilgrim for a turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go to 9. All right. That was very aggressive. How about a spell for old time's sake? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 3 lands and 19 cards. Oh, that is really frustrating. All right, crew the Chariot again. So now I'm going to take 4 here and do a double trade, I guess. It might be too late to draw anything now, especially if they just randomly drew another creature. You're way too late, spells. Way too late. Pious, okay. So block, crew, eat. I go to 1 life. I don't think there's anything I can draw. I'm at 1. How is Wrap in Flames worded? Is it 3 different creatures? Would I be able to target my 2 creatures twice and win? Oh, Aspect of Manticore would win, maybe? Oh, I guess I'm just dead on board. I needed to untap this and chump it, didn't I? Yeah. Because the trample kills me. GG's. Darn it. Well, let's see if they see the play. Yeah, because I needed it. No, it didn't matter because they had the other flyer anyways. Yep, it didn't matter. Oh, they didn't attack with the... They had lethal and they missed it. I can actually win still. What? Oh, God. Rapid Flames off the top. Are you kidding? Oh, so frustrating. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 lands? 3 lands in the deck? Oh. So many cards just won the game there. All right, GG's though. Man, that's super frustrating, but I guess that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Oof. Did not have that many lands. Like, come on. Oh. All right, well, that was a good test, if anything else. I know the deck is good. Seems like even forcing it can work out since a lot of people, I mean, the Pious Wayfarers, right? They're not a very high pickup. The cards you do need to take pretty highly are like the Chimera, Sentinel's Eyes, really, to make the white deck work. But unfortunately, I couldn't get you guys a trophy. That's just the way that variance shakes out sometimes. Was a good game, though. Lots of back and forth play, but too many lands there in our 15 land deck really hurt us. For now, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And don't forget to check out all of my other content here on the MTGO Traders channel. Thanks for watching.